Join us each week for some booze-free banter about life without booze.
If you're entertaining cutting back your booze by a day, a week, a month, or for the rest of your life, we would love for you to tune in.
Buckle up and come along for a ride that may just change your life. Just a heads up, some of the conversations we have may be triggering. Reach out to your local support centre in Australia. That's Lifeline 131144.
Booze Free Bants is recorded. I am on Burrawong land. Where are you, Breezer?
I am on Jarjarong land.
And we would like to pay our respects to our elders past and present and emerging, and we would like to acknowledge the original tellers of stories in this country of ours.
So wherever you're tuning into our potty, make sure you know whose land you're on.
Shh, crack a can. What are we on to today, Breezer? What are you tucking into?
Well, Meso, today I've ripped out the Altina Le Blanc.
Le Blanc.
What are you on?
I'm on Le Vin Rosé. I tried to say it like you. Not bad.
One of my faves. Tell me about that drink.
Yeah, so they're saying that the perfect blend of delicate pink rose petals. I don't know why I need to roll the rose now.
It's a thing.
Tart native rosella and vibrant citrus, a dry and refreshing finish with lingering flavours of apple and cayenne. And they're gluten-free.
Bang. And vegan-free. Vegan.
Yeah.
Vegan, full stop.
Yeah. Tell us about a Le Blanc.
Well, Le Blanc is a can full of elegant white bubbles. It's a perfect blend of vibrant native Australian and forest berry, earthy roasted wattle seed and crisp apple, drool central, a light and refreshing finish with the lingering warmth of cayenne and dry green tea.
Yes.
No added sugar. Classy can for some classy chicks like us, Meso.
We don't leave home without these now, do we?
Oh, mate. They are so handy just to shove in your little satchel.
Yeah, in your bag.
Yeah.
BYO.
BYO.
The irony, Nat from Mind from What Tail did a thing the other day, the irony of smuggling non-alcs into alcohol, Bev.
I know, right?
Yeah.
This is where we're at.
Anyway.
Get them in your life. Anyway. Shop up a storm at altinadrinks.com.
Yes, love them.
Get them in your life. Thanks, Altina.
Thanks, Altina.
Hey everybody, Eric here, your friendly neighborhood podcast producer with a reminder to use code BFB10 for 10% off all things at altinadrinks.com. Altina offers alcohol-free drinking options that not only taste great, but also don't have any sugar. Naturally sourced, Australian-made, stylish, fun, interesting, and accessible with their zero-proof, non-alcoholic craft wines and alcohol-free products. So what are you waiting for? This is a discount code exclusive to you listening to this right now. Don't forget, BFB10, 10% off, altinadrinks.com.
All right, Beso!
Breezer! Up and about. I love this pink white hat situation you've got going on, Breezer.
Well, the white hat situation was a late comer because the hair situation was a grease pit. So, and I'm about, after this recording, I'm going to a client. I'm like, I can't have the grease pit rocking with the pink outfit, so I've gone the white hat to cover up. Is that why you wear hats all the time, Meso? Like, what's your hair like?
Yeah, I'm an absolute rat. Look. Yeah, I do. Like, I'm in the country at the moment. Look, I've got the Blundstone boots. I'm ready to roll. And when I'm walking doggos, I just don't have to do my hair. So I'm just donning a hat because I'm outside all the time as well.
And we're both massive hat people, I reckon. You and
love
I.
A hat.
Love a hat.
Yeah.
And love the skin protection factor.
Too right. Get your skin checked, people. Yes, it is.
Checks.
Actually, these hats are still available at least_official, by the way. $1 goes to Share the Dignity. So
and I love it. And they are quality, top-notch, premium hats.
They are. I'm very particular about my hats, so it was very meticulous. They've hand-chosen, hand-picked.
Yes.
Yeah, get them in your life. Super
love.
Make your pinhead look fat.
I've got a pinhead actually because I got my friend of mine bought me a hat for my birthday and it was a medium and it was too big. And I was like, I have a pinhead. Like, this is a thing.
True. I've got a pinhead as well. That's why this hat just bolts it up.
Yeah. I didn't know you had a pinny.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Love it.
Now, twins.
We've got a fun episode which we're going to get into soon, but tell me, Meso, what's going on? How's your week? What are you up to?
Can I tell you what I've learnt? So once this episode drops, I will have clocked over the 12 months. Remember how I was like, I don't know how I feel. I've got nothing to really say. I don't like, because I've been here before. That sounds real wanky, doesn't it? Like, oh my God, I've been here before. That's not how it is at all. But I didn't know how I felt. Like, I don't feel like there's a big ticker tape parade, or I don't feel like I haven't really noticed a massive. It's not a big deal, is in my head until 12 months ago. I was sitting in this spot, probably on the go back to Rose in a Keep Cup, the very first episode of us. I was full-time care for my dad. I'm back in that spot again. He's just had a little spell in hospital. He's just got out of hospital. He's had a walker. He had a fall last night. We're getting OTs in, trying to do a renovation on the bathroom because he's got a shower over the bath at the moment, which is super dangerous. Like, there's funding to get personal alarm. Like, it's a big deal. And also talking to doctors about changing medication. And there's a lot. It is child going to adult parents. And this time last year, because I was drinking, I was peaking dark. I was so stressed all the time, and I couldn't, like, the smallest things, I was just raging all the time. Now, mate, I am breezing through this. It's still stressful, but I am not peaking. I feel like this is my analogy. I feel like getting through those emotions of breaking up with Ty, it was the emotional Everest, having to sit in those emotions, right? Got through that, was super strong now, and now I feel like anything that's really stressful is like just a little speed bump. It's just a bump in the road, and I'll move through it really quickly. Not to say I'm never going to have an emotional Everest again. There's bound to be. I know that's inevitable, but I'm just more equipped to deal with stressful situations. I'm calm. I'm moving through it. I'm just blown away of how I'm handling this situation 12 months on. It's amazing. Extraordinary.
And what a great reflection that you've had, Meso.
Yeah, to just like
miles apart from each other, those two experiences.
Totally. And I had a DM from one of our babes, one of our listeners. Hello, my love. We had a big text off last night, and she goes, I don't know how you girls do it. Like, because I couldn't do that. Like, there's heaps of stress and trauma going on in my life. She goes, I don't know how you do it. I need alcohol to cope. And my first initial thought is, you will get through this better without booze. I promise you that. She's not quite there yet. There's a lot that she has to work through, but I think her even reaching out, she's stepping in the right direction. It's a win for her already. But yes, we get through stresses easy without booze. We think we don't, but we bloody do. And I'm so pumped about it.
And that takes me back. I'll get back to you, Mesa, but it takes me back to that episode with Danny Carr. Now, she shared her grief journey when her father passed away, and that whole 3 days of almost that ceremony of when he passed away, and how everyone was sober, no one was drinking, and they had this beautiful experience. And I was like, I couldn't imagine going through grief without booze, like just to numb those feelings. But when she was describing it, I'm like, that sounds absolutely beautiful.
Doesn't it? And do you know, that's so funny, and I don't know whether I said on that ep, because I've pictured when Dad passes, that would be a time that I would drink because I would feel like I need to like just knock myself out. But it's the best thing you can do is not drink and really feel it and be, oh my God. So yes, I'm real pumped.
Well, we need a party hat. I feel like we need some streamers. Like, it's a big deal, Meso. I feel like you've really underplayed that, mate. It's a massive deal. And to throw in a relationship breakdown, mate, during that time, and you still stayed so strong. Of course, you had really hard days and you rode those waves, and I feel like we all, could see the pain that you were in. But and I would, check in with you and go, mate, like, it's okay if you want to drink. But you're like, nah, you were so strong in your mindset that that wasn't even an option. You were just getting through that emotion, and which is excruciating, in its own right. But you went through that. You went through all the hard emotions, mate. Like, it doesn't get much harder than that, does it? Seriously.
Seriously, but even though it was hard, it felt really pure and it felt wholesome, and it felt like it was something that I was doing really good for myself, because I keep saying, the Einstein quote, you keep repeating the same thing, expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. You keep putting booze in your head. It's not helping. It's just making it worse. And it just feels, it's the greatest gift you could give yourself is sobriety. And I feel so, I'm elated. I actually feel a bit emotional about it, actually, because 12 months ago I was in all sorts of strife, and had we not had that conversation, Breezer, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be doing the podcast. In the last couple of weeks, we've had half a dozen people chime in and ask for help or support or what to do, where to go, which is amazing. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I'm just so grateful. So thank you. So yeah, I'll drag out the celebration. So next step, we'll bring out the party stream.
Oh mate, we are going large. It's a massive deal, mate. So don't underplay it. It's huge and well done. And even though you said you've been there before, it's 12 months. So it's a new 12 months, and it's been a huge 12 months. And I think that you're even stronger than you were when you know, in your first few cracks at sobriety.
Yeah, thank you. You're right.
And I think you're stronger than me, because every now and then I'm like, mate, I'm making deals with myself, and you're just like, it's just not even on the table with you. Like, you've come a long way in that 12 months. So congratulations, mate. Congratulations. And I'm so happy that we're in this together, doing this podcast. Like,
same, hug it out.
Hug it out.
Stacks on.
I love it. It does. It does. It definitely helps me, and I know it helps you, like, as another tool in our tool belt. We're so lucky to have this potty to keep us accountable, and just as a little check-in every week. It's a massive check-in, and we get to hear other people's stories, and it keeps you on track.
Totally. I think we're very privileged. Not everyone's got a podcast to be accountable to each other in the world. So we are fortunate. So that's because of you, mate. You started. So thank you. Thank you from all of us.
Team effort.
So
stop putting a spotlight off you.
It's back on you, baby.
No, mate, it's all about you. It's all about you, 12 months. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Golf clap.
You so much. Thank you. Thank you. Tell me how your week's been, Breezer.
Quick little check-in with me. So when this episode drops, it's in August, isn't it? But I recently went on a winery tour.
Oh, yes.
At the end of the day, I was like, the amount of times I have said no today was phenomenal. Like, the first winery we went to, there was about 10 different wines. And I love wine. Like, I love reds. And we're in the Heathcote region, world-class Shiraz region of the world. And because the winemakers are pouring the wine, they forget that you said no the first time, so they offer you again. You're like, no thanks. And they keep on offering you, and you're like, no thanks. And it was a big day of no's.
Are you getting a T-shirt printed up? What would you have on it?
Computer says no. So, and I smelt them, because I was like, oh, can I have a whiff? Because I just love it. Just a whiff. So it was a great day. Loved it. Yeah. But there was times where I did want to just have a drink, just to taste it. I just wanted to taste it, because I just love the taste of it. But I just knew that it wouldn't just be one drink, it wouldn't just be one sip. I know how the story goes. I've been there many times. I know how it ends as well. So I said no. And guess who was the last person standing? Do you know what? So we did, like, we left at like 10:30 in the morning, we did like 4 or 5 wineries, got back to Bendigo at 5 o'clock, 5:30, went to another pub, and then my son was playing basketball. So I'm like, well, I'm peeling off because I can. So I left the party, went and watched him play basketball, which was awesome, and they won. And I'm like, this is so good. Went back to the pub, and everyone was getting a little bit sideways. And then everyone has sort of peeled off by 9:30, I think. And so then it was just me left. My partner was there, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go home, and I'll come back and pick you up. So, I was the last person there.
The best.
What is that?
The stayer, the sober stayer. Who knew?
Yeah.
That's unreal, Breezer. What a test of your commitment to the cause, staying in your lane, being really true to yourself when you could not have had more temptation under your nose, and went for it too. Stuck your nose in it, and just stay true to what was important to you, because it could have been And either way, like, had you had it, well, that would have been great content, you know.
I would have had a fun day either way, but I was pretty that was a massive test, because wineries and they're your thing too, mate. So like So I can't. Wine tasting. You would do it? Could you do it?
I'd be like, what's the fucking point of that? Sweary, sorry. We try not to swear on the potty, but I keep letting a few rip. So sorry. But I would really struggle with that, because I'd be like, what would I want to go to winery for? So I think that's amazing. I think that's
big.
incredible.
And you know what? It was like, obviously, it was with work people, so it was good just to catch up. And one of the girls actually doesn't drink wine. She's a spirit drinker. So and one of the girls was pregnant as well. So they didn't drink a lot either.
Right.
I didn't drink it at all, but they, obviously the pregnant woman didn't, but they weren't drinking anyway, really. So we had a really good mix, and I just love being around everyone anyway. But yeah,
that's bloody great, mate. I think it's a massive, massive get. So congratulations to you on not being tempted. You stuck your nose in there.
Stuck my nose in for a little sniff.
Stuck your nose in it.
Carried on.
Just didn't take it off. That's well done, Breezer. Well done. Golf clap.
Thanks, mate.
Well done.
Session, it's time to play. Where you tell us what you're ashamed to say. Confession, session, it's time to play.
Well, mate, so this one, I can't believe I haven't ripped it out before. This was 2012, and it was, I was living in the UK at Dolls Hill at the time.
Oh, Dolls, yes.
I don't even know if you went. So it was the Rock am Ring Festival in Nuremberg, Germany.
No,
did you go to that?
I think nah.
So like there was a group of, I don't know, 10 of us went, and this was a lineup. And the sad part is in this story is I don't remember any of it. So
I think you were going to say that.
Yeah, how mad's a lineup? So we've got, on the Friday, we've got Lincoln Park. This is just the highlights. Lincoln Park, Soundgarden, Evanescence. Saturday, Metallica. Hello. Tenacious D. There's a couple others there that I don't know. Sunday, The Offspring. I love The Offspring. Motorhead. And there's heaps of others in there. So it was a heavy metal concert.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
In the world.
Yeah, massive. Massive.
Yeah,
so we get there and literally just a 3-day bender. So I don't know which day it was in the festival, but I woke up. It was huge, like massive. It was across a massive, field. So one of the mornings I woke up in a random tent surrounded by non-English speaking people.
Oh, no.
This is before smartphones are a thing, right? So I woke up fully clothed, which I was like, oh, thank God, like that's a good sign. So fully clothed, had no recollection of how I got there, why I was there, just zero, gone, and didn't know where the fuck I was. I was like, how do I get back? So I had to navigate. I looked at some landmarks, like where the centre stage was. I think there was a couple of other tall things set up that I could use as a bit of a marker. And then I, did the walk of shame. Well, I don't know. Is it walk of shame if you've had sex the night before? I don't know. But anyway, fully clothed is a good indication that I just passed out. But I walked back to, where the gang was.
Yeah.
And felt so shit. I don't remember the festival, but I remember that feeling, mate. I remember that feeling of literally waking up and going, where the fuck am I? Isn't that just the worst, Maso?
Yes. Who are these people and how do I get home? And just
and what are they saying? Because they're laughing and talking.
Like when you go get your nails done. And you know they're talking about you. They know they're bagging you out. Oh, Breezer, there's so much in that missing, and oh my God, I can so relate to not remembering these incredible bands that you'll probably never see again, and in one one-stop shop. Being the most amazing festival and not remembering it.
There was one band I remembered, must have been day one, and I can't remember their name now, but they were a German band. And it's on the tip of my tongue, but I went and bought a couple of their CDs.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they were good. But and it's the yucky thing is, I would have gone back to our base and met up with everyone and would have laughed it off. And I wouldn't have been, honest with them and said, oh, I feel so shit, like this is what I've done. I would have just been like, oh my God, and I woke up in this tent and I didn't know where I was and did that, made a big joke of it. I know I would have done that.
It's funny how we flip it to take the heat off it and we'll make it a joke, but meanwhile you cringing inside.
Yeah. So that was my recollection of the festival that I don't remember. Amazing festival.
Oh, sweetheart.
And do you know what? When I was looking at that this morning, I was Googling it this morning, and I was like, I didn't even know I'd seen Lincoln Park. And the funny thing was, so last night coming up to the beach, I was pumping Lincoln Park, and this morning I was pumping Lincoln Park when I was getting ready. And then when I Google this thing, I'm like, oh my God, Lincoln Park were there. Don't remember. Do not remember. So yeah, you've heard it here first, peeps. I've seen Lincoln Park, apparently.
Apparently, I've got the ticket. The ticket stub. Oh man,
and I'm shattered. I'm disappointed in myself, actually. Because that was great lineup, and Metallica. What?
Massive lineup.
Can you say that you've seen a band if you don't remember? What are the rules around that?
I think we've got to go with it. I think
got to go with it.
Yeah,
okay.
You're the only one that doesn't know.
True that.
I think because I'm exactly the same. That's a story for another time with festivals I've been to with big name bands as well. That just absolutely wasted off your eyeballs, have the best time ever, but just can't remember. And exactly what you've done. I had to Google the lineup to see who you saw.
And then still do that. I'm like, oh, they were there. Oh, shit, that was good. Dead. Anyway,
Dead.
Over to you, mate.
Is Lincoln Park the Kardashian? Is he married to? Is that Travis?
No, you're thinking of Travis. Nah, he's isn't he Blink 182? Travis Barker.
Oh yeah, I always get. They're all the same genre, aren't they?
Yeah, they are totally.
Yeah. Okay, great. We'll park up the bands. But yeah, thanks for sharing, Breeze. That's a tough one. I can just imagine that walk of shame. But that wake up in the morning with your clothes on and just go, whew, like do your little check.
I know you do check. Cocktail check.
Oh, so unwell. All right, I'll take you back to when I was coaching netball back in the day, and we would have had like one of the footy club netball balls. You know, they just go right off.
Oh, massive! Yeah.
Out on the dance floor, carving it up, and I think there were kids there. Maybe it wasn't the ball; it would have been some function, footy club function, but there was kids there. Mm-hmm. The kids come up and dance in a circle as well, and me being me, picks up the kids and like gives them whizzy dizzies. You know, really getting into it. You know, really being part of this kid's whole experience. Mother comes up, drags the kid off me, and gives me a bit of a spray, completely peppers me, and I was like going, oh, what the fucking wrong with her? In reflection, Breezer, in my drunken stupid, it's only been now, and it's something that has grinded me. I would have been so bloody rough with that kid. I would have been throwing it around like a little rag doll, potential brain injury if I had to let it go. And mother's come up and I'm shitty with her, going, you party pooper, you're spoiling my fun, whereas she could see an accident about to happen, you know?
Yeah.
All because I was absolutely legless.
And did you know the kid, mate? So it was a rando.
No, it would have been just one of the footy club kids. It wasn't one of my friends' kids.
Sure.
You know,
yeah.
So it kind of leads into today's topic as well. So sorry about that.
I'm only laughing because I know you had good intention, Ray. So, and I know it was totally like you were, you know, making it was all about the kid. You were making fun for the kid, but through a sober lens of a mother, she was like, I am reaching my kid out of that dangerous situation.
Yeah. And I thought she was an arsehole because of, you know, spoiling my fun. But on reflection, I'm like, God, I'm a loose unit. Like, really, and it's so funny. Like, when I'm in that drunk situation, I just can't understand why people can't see it from where I am and can't understand, no, this is fun. Like, this is good. Everything's good here. You're spoiling my fun. Whereas now in reflection, I'm like, mate, thank God you took this kid off my hands, and well played by her.
Yeah, you see the flip side of it now.
Yeah. And I'm horrified. I'm just like, oh, God, I was such a jerk. Such a jerk. But all a part of fun. Like, I wasn't, you know.
I know, because you are such an up and about person, drunk or sober, and I could just see you would have been gutted. She took your toy away from you.
Yeah, didn't shut up about it all night. It was filthy and was given a stink eye for the rest of the night.
I reckon you would have been.
Let it go.
I'm sure this kid is now in their 20s or 30s, and they're living a great life.
I hope so. Probably needs to rock around with a stack hat on when you're around me.
It's probably one of their childhood memories, mate. So getting to work on the dance or footy club rooms.
Spun out. Oh, my God.
Good
Yeah.
times. Oh, mate, thank you for sharing that one.
Thank you.
It gave me a giggle because I know you come from a place of love and just fun. Good times.
Good times. Oh, shit. Funny,
Righty. So today's it, Meso.
Is it too late now to say
sorry. What's that other song?
Is it too late to apologize?
Yeah, that's the one. Is it too late? So many good songs. We need to make a playlist.
Yeah.
Of all the sorry songs.
Sorry.
You need to kick off, Meso. You need to kick off.
Right.
I know you've got some feelers.
Okay, we did put this out to the crowd, so these are coming in from our avid listeners. Firstly, I can actually use a bit of name here. This is from a really good friend of ours. He said it was okay to use name. So this comes from Remigio Junior Pill, going to Cameron Ladd. Pillar wants to apologise for shitting on your windscreen. The story was Laddie woke up in the morning and there was a turd on his windscreen, but Pillar has somehow decided, I don't know, Pillar's going to have to come on and actually tell the story, but can you imagine walking home blind and just deciding I'm just going to do it poo on Laddie's windscreen? Human poo.
Dead.
So good. So sorry. So on behalf of Pillar, Laddie, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
also,
Laddie. Can I just say something there?
Do.
So I got home one night from a night out.
Is Pillar a poo pest?
Potentially.
Serial poo pest.
And me and my partner had got home and someone had done a full-on Mr. Whippy poo on the fence post.
What?
Yep. And so it must have been the next morning because we studied it for a long time going, how the heck has someone balanced on the fence to do a big...
What sort of fence are you talking?
Like it was a colour bond. It was a colour bond and the slats in between were like timber and they had a triangle top on top.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Like a point. And it was the very end one. It was the very end one. So it had like the colour bond fence, the end pillar and then nothing.
What?
Yeah. So
wow.
I still to this day, don't know how. We think we know who did it. We actually think we know who did it.
You tell me off air.
Yeah, I don't think you know him, but yeah, we have our suspicions.
Yeah,
it was a revenge play.
Wow. Wow.
So you just remind me of that after that Pillar's poo story.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure there's lots of poo stories.
Sure there is.
The other one, Pillar wants to apologise to Potsy.
Oh, God, he's got a few. Yes.
Potsy got to the airport on his big trip to the UK and got a phone call from Pillar saying, mate, I'm really sorry, but you just need to know that I shaved your eyebrows off last night. So Potsy got to the airport and obviously got a cab out there. I don't know whether he got a cab or the boys took him there or whatever, but obviously he's rolled through the entire airport, check in.
That's eyebrows.
He didn't know, and he's about to start his UK adventure with no eyebrows. So Pillar says, sorry, Potsy, for shaving your eyebrows off.
I've never heard of that one. That's a gold one.
That's gold. Over to you, Breezer.
Right. Well, it's funny when I'm going to read this, the first one I'm going to read out. Yeah. So let me just find it. Here we go. So at around the age of 16 or 17 years old, a girlfriend and I got blind and drank a bottle of vodka before arriving at a party.
A bottle of vodka.
Bottle of vodka. So this was they were going to a house party from a guy from school. So they were in like year 11. So when they got to the party, apparently I broke the tennis table, and then I went inside the house where our friend's sister was writing her thesis. I vomited all over her thesis and then cleaned it up with the doily that was on the table. Now, the sister's name was Simone, and the girl says, Simone wasn't really impressed with me trying to clean up with her mum's antique doily. We got sent home in a taxi, and it took us about 5 hours to walk up the street back to our house. Like, it's literally, I know exactly the street this is. It's literally a 50-metre walk up a hill. So it took them 5 hours to walk up that street. Yeah.
I will be absolutely legless.
She says to say, sorry, Simone, for spewing on the thesis. And Simone at the time was studying nursing. So, and then anyway, she says to say 25 years on, and she actually said hi. So Simone said hi to this girl the other day. She had the look in her eye of saying she's forgiven but not forgotten. So sorry, Simone, for the spew on the thesis. At least you tried to clean it up.
Yeah, she had crack.
Antique doily. Happy with that.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, there's plenty of them dotted around the place. This one is from one of our followers, so DM. She says, I'm sorry for ruining my friend's wedding.
Oh, dead. Oh, shit. Buckle up.
Yeah. So she doesn't go into detail, but she said, I'm also sorry for all the people I've upset, offended, hurt while under the influence. I can accept hurting myself, but not other people. Hopefully one day I can be forgiven. Kiss, kiss. That hurts, doesn't it?
It does. Because you know it's not you, really. You know it's this like drunk dick influenced by alcohol, and you just become a menace.
I wonder what she did at the wedding.
I know. I'm so keen to know. I'm so keen to know.
You can just imagine. It would be something I would have done for sure. Shit.
Just take it over the show.
So sorry, lovely. Thank you for sharing. But hopefully you can forgive yourself.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
Don't you reckon?
That's
we can forgive ourselves for this. So yeah, bless. But thanks for sharing. Over to you.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, this one is a camping trip. So this happened, what'd you say, in Western Australia, Margaret River it was. So my partner and I were camping at a caravan park, and we met other campers, as you do. So we were all sitting around the fire, chatting away, and my partner and I got in a balloon. Okay, so I got a bit of a domestic. She said we're normally not a couple that fight, but we were both really drunk and just started bluing over something that she can't remember. She goes, I don't remember a lot of it, but my partner obviously does, because the next day we woke up and he said, let's get out of here. It's so embarrassing what happened last night. Let's get out of here. So she goes, I jumped out. She goes, I jumped out of the ute. I was saying camping in a ute. She goes, I jumped out of the ute and nearly stepped on a tampon that I had taken out, that I had obviously taken out that night, just dumped on the ground. Should I have no recollection of this? So we scrammed out of the caravan park really quickly. I just want to say sorry to those random campers for having to watch us have a domestic fight, an argument. Again, booze.
Yes, can I please just chime in here, because I'd actually really like to apologise to my friends. Also a caravan park situation. We were in Rome. We were staying in a caravan park, and I don't know what happened.
Hang on, do they have caravan parks in Rome? That sounds odd.
Just on the outskirts, because we're on Vancouver.
Yeah, cool.
I know, it does sound, I know, Rome and caravan park. So, yeah, real blind. There was a shopping trolley, and obviously me on the tunes, just like turning music up louder and louder and louder. Anyway, we got kicked out. We were told to leave. And so I've completely ruined all our friends' time. There's 5 of us, 5 girls in this van.
Yeah.
Booted out of Rome. And all I remember is shopping trolley, loud music carrying on, and just a menace. When we actually left the caravan park, the manager, my friend actually reminded me this the other day, he gave us this one. So for viewers, or if you're listening, I'll try and explain, gave us this one. Like the Crocodile Dundee, like the bull.
Oh, yeah, the bull, yes.
The bull gave us that one as we drove out.
That is gold. Yeah. So who are you saying sorry to?
I'm saying sorry to my friends and the people at the caravan park. I'm a good person, but I was shit house that time. So, and sorry, Rome. Sorry, Rome.
The whole city.
Sorry. sorry. Caravan parks. Caravan parks will get you, don't you reckon?
Oh, look at me to Gamby. I need to apologise to the whole caravan park there. Bloody hell. I actually did say sorry. I said sorry to the caravan park manager. Yeah.
Did he give you that one when you left? the bull? Bullhorns, like evil.
Yeah, no, I did say sorry to him the next day. He made me feel so guilty.
Good. Oh, bad times.
Caravan parks. A lot of sorries at caravan parks, I reckon.
Yeah. You should just have like instead of a suggestion box, have a sorry box and write your sorry on the way out. or you know those things that they've got at the moment, the 3 faces where they have,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Satisfied,
or they have like dissatisfied. Are you sorry for anything? Apology button.
Yes. I love that. I've actually
it's got to be Beaver going sorry, like, or the Republic song. Is it too late to apologise? Maybe this should be the second one. Are you sure you don't want to apologise at the boom gate?
I've got a friend he overseas caravan parks, right? And he says the amount of blues that happen in a caravan park is through the roof.
Yeah,
There's actually another time when I was at a Gambie, but it was when I stopped drinking. There was a full-on blue between cousins, I think, 2 guy cousins. Full-on blue, cops, everything. And I was sniffing it out because I was like, what is this? Everyone else is just like blind around the fire. I'm like, I'm going to go and suss it out. And that happened. I shared it on our Danny Green app. A friend of mine stepped in to a fight that was happening in a caravan park and she got her jaw broken. So pad up if you go into a caravan park, please.
The whole gear. Caravan parks. Actually, just a little side note, I grew up in a caravan park. We owned a caravan park from 1 to 8, the Lake Charm Caravan Park. And Miff Warhurst did a thing about where are you from on ABC, and she's from around there. Swan Hill, Crane Lake Charm. A little bit of trivia. I'm so famous now.
I like it.
Who's up? Who's apologising next? Okay, this one's there's a bit going on here. So one of our other avid followers and listeners, thank you so much. So she says, public apology, who has ever been around me on a big night on the Source. You may have received any of the following from me. I really love this. She says, a verbal spray with much illicit language, unsolicited feedback on how to go about your life.
Yes.
Witnessing inappropriate stalking. Unintended spitting on you while talking to you. Encouraging you to drink as much as me. Bad decision if you decided to take part. That's on them.
Totally.
Encouraging you to partake in illegal behaviour with me. Observing me trying to punch.
Is this you, Mazo?
I know, not bad, is it? Pretty much. Observing me trying to punch someone in the face still makes me sick, makes me feel ill in the stomach. Not wanting to go home when you did, just one more. For anyone that has had to get me home totally inebriated, well done you, with a medal. Anyone I've spewed on, just anyone that I've totally fucked their night by my poor behaviour while intoxicated.
Yes.
She says, after easily reeling off those points, it's given me much motivation to muscle through July. Thanks for coming. She said, love you girls.
That's great. So she's
Isn't that a ripper?
Having 30 days off in dry July.
Yeah, she's having a crack at dry July. Yeah.
Which would have already been when this episode drops.
She would have been and gone. She would have smashed it. Yeah.
We'll check in with her. That's what a great list. Not a great list, but you know what I mean? Like a good list to reflect back on and go, this is why I shouldn't drink.
Yeah, because it has sparked the conversation and make people go, what am I sorry for? Oh, that's a long list. Easily to rattle off when you Yeah, so thank you for that. We love that.
That's a good one.
Over to you, pal.
That's a good one. Next one comes in from another one of our listeners. I love our listeners. And they all seem to be chicks, which is quite funny. This comes. So she says,
guys would never own up to that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Girls have got no worries owning their stuff. Oh, no offence, boyo. Sorry.
Yeah. So this one, she says, we were out for an office dinner. So it wasn't anything special. It wasn't Christmas. It wasn't in a financials, just a stock standard office dinner. She goes, it started off with one drink and then one thing led to another. At the end of the night, I was rolling around drunk and decided, I think there's a group of 10, I think she said, I decided it was going to be a good idea to go into the office and run amok. So she goes, I dragged three other people back to the office, and then I decided that it would be funny to get on the photocopy and photocopy bits of my body. So she goes, I pulled my pants down and sat on the photocopier and proceeded to photocopy my bum, which I'm sure would have photocopied other parts.
Regina Phalange.
She goes, so I would like to apologise to the photocopier. Because no one else found out about it, only the people that were there. But, yeah, sending out a sorry to the photocopier. I think it was Toshiba. Sorry, Toshiba photocopier.
I was going to ask you.
Toshiba.
Thank you, Toshiba. Sorry.
Copped it big time.
Oh, bless.
Once again, wouldn't be doing that. Wouldn't be doing that, Soba, would we?
Hell no. God, Toshiba.
Have you ever done that?
That photo. No, I've only photocopy face and hands. I've never put my bum on there. I'm too scared my bum to go through.
Yeah, I would be too.
Really lightweight. I reckon I've been held up.
She must have had some assistance. She didn't go into the detail.
What a support crew. How good. This is from another one of our listeners, so thank you for that. They say, we were staying at a friend's house and they let us sleep in their bed. When I woke up, I could feel a cold, wet patch I thought was either sweat or cum. It was urine. I was absolutely horrified. It was my partner who'd weed the bed. I was too hungover and we had a plane to catch, so I stripped the bed and flipped the mattress and got the hell out of there. A few months later, we stayed at their place again, this time in a spare room. He fucking wet the bed again, and I was so horrified, I pretended I'd thrown up. So I washed the sheets and flipped the mattress again and made the bed. I was too embarrassed, too humiliated. Third time, he wet the bed on my good mattress. Ooh. So he needs to apologise to me for being so drunk and being a full bedwetter. And they say they'd like to apologise to their friends for being so ashamed and embarrassed that they couldn't be honest about it.
Oh, I mean, the next day when you're hung and that, you can probably just deal with it later. But they still haven't come clean, right? They haven't come clean ever. Oh, shit.
Never.
I feel like they need to.
I know. Oh, but the whole bedroom thing when you're drunk.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like they've made a positive step by saying sorry anonymously for the potty.
It's like a confession session, so it's like a little bit of a clean.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's bad. I'd be feeling shocking.
Oh, it's you can't even, I can't just, sorry, you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry to them. Totally. Sorry to the mattress.
Yeah.
Well, this one, it was actually my sister. So I was telling her about this episode, and she goes, "Well, it's my next door neighbour just drove past." She said, "Well, you need to say sorry to me." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "For all the times you stole my clothes and would come home after a night out and there'd be cigarette burns in the tops." And I was like, "Yep, I do need to say sorry." So, Rebecca, I am sincerely sorry that I did ruin some really nice tops of hers, because you could dart in the pub and it wasn't necessarily me darting. I remember once it was Bendigo Cup, and it was torrential rain, so the races got called off. I was underage, but I had bought this unreal singlet top and matching skirt, like this whole ensemble, and I was loving myself sick in it. And the races were off, and so we all went to one of the local bars, and it was like bumper to bumper, like you couldn't move in it. And I remember hugging someone, and she hugged me, and her dart went into my singlet top, and it was this really delicate material, there was no coming back from it.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
So I literally only wore it that one day And that was it.
Oh,
Show's
you couldn't put a brooch over it, Matt. You weren't 80. Shit.
So I probably
You probably
could
could now.
Yeah, totally could. Like trending.
Oh,
So because there were so many dart injuries when you could smoke in the pub.
Yeah.
I remember I got clocked in the face once. Had a big dirty blister on my cheek from a dart.
Come on.
Yeah, too many hugging and smoking at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, don't hug and then smoke. So yeah, that was a bad one. And then we were chatting with my sister and I was chatting. So when we were in New York 3 years ago, we got on the darts. So we had a night out, and actually it was her birthday. So we had this whole day. There was 3 of us, and we had this whole amazing day that we planned for her birthday. We ended up at some nightclub, whatever it was, and the 3 of us were outside we'd gone back to where we were staying near Times Square. So we'd got an Uber back, and we were standing in Times Square, and my sister and I were darting and drunk. I think I was crying as well, and we were spitting on the ground. So we were darting and spitting. And our other friend who was there, she's like, people just walking past, and you guys had no idea, like you had no clue where you were, and you were just puffing away in your smokes, and then you'd spit on the ground.
Were you hocking loogies, like hacking them up?
No, just a bit of saliva. Just saliva. Yeah, just. So I need to say sorry to the folks of New York that night on the street. It was not a pretty sight, and we all dressed up nice because we'd had this whole birthday celebration, so we tarted ourselves up. And we ended the night with darting and spitting in the streets of New York.
Absolute rats.
Massive rats.
That reminds me. Oh my God, this reminds me. Spitting. I'll just tell you a quick one. There was a girl that her name was Spitbitch and my name was Slaghag because we used to just hock loogies. How disgusting is that? Just blind. Anyway, push on. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for being such a rat. Okay, who's up?
You go.
I'm up. Okay. So, listener, caller, first time listener, long time caller. Hang on, long time listener, first time caller.
Yep. That's
the one. They say, I want to apologise. I am a bit sorry, not sorry, for stealing a lot of money from the cash registers of my family's business after my partner cheated on me. They say I had a key and access to the business and busted and fleeced the place of hundreds and thousands. I never know if they knew, but secretly wished I had taken more but I wouldn't have actually done that if I wasn't sloshed. Sorry to his family.
So, wow.
Yeah. So they stole a heap of cash because they were blind.
And
emotional. A little revenge. Yeah, a bit of revenge. Would never have done that sober.
Would never have done that sober.
Nah. So
Dead.
Sorry to them. Dead me.
What else you got?
Cash in. Oh, yeah, got a couple more.
Yeah, okay, go on.
Keep on going.
Yeah.
Another follower listener says they want to apologise to their best friends for having to put up with me constantly making shit decisions and continuing to drink and fight and call them using voice memos of me crying and then repeating this for years and keep putting booze in my head. Like, I can so relate to that.
Yep.
Constantly,
definitely.
Just not doing anything to help myself. Yeah, I can really relate to that.
Just those patterns, those repeated patterns.
Yeah, exactly. What you got?
No, you keep going, mate.
More?
Yeah,
okay. Actually, I'm going to chime in here with a bit of a sorry as well. I'm sorry to young blokes and Minxie. I know you'll be listening, and anyone that came into my world that I corrupted with drugs and alcohol. Sorry.
I was potentially one of them.
Oh, sorry.
But no, I think I was just, it wasn't on, you weren't the corrupter. Like, it wasn't solely you, Meso. But I was in that mix of that London crew.
Yeah.
Where there was a lot of partying.
Yeah.
A lot of partying.
And I wouldn't have really given anyone an option.
No, because you were the leader, Meso.
That was just fun.
Yeah.
But never did I think that wouldn't you?
But people wouldn't, like, at the end of the day, people have a choice and they literally wouldn't do it if they didn't want to. You were just giving them an option.
With not really an option, not an out. There was no out.
You're just keeping the options open. Pick this or pick that. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah. Can I say another sorry? I'll have one more sorry from me. I've got plenty of sorry.
Oh, mate, I've got so many. Yeah.
So I just want to apologise to my mum. Sorry, Mum, for staying at her place one time and waking up in my own vomit. And I remember having a blue with her, just snippets. Obviously, she was trying to pull me up or pull me into line, and I was having none of it because I was so righteous and so wasted. But I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry, Mum. Sorry.
I think we could all say sorry to our parents, can't we?
Yeah.
Everyone all together. Sorry, parents.
Sorry, folks. Sorry about that.
I'll actually, I've got heaps as well. Like every shame story, every confession session I say should be an apology. But one that stands out that was, I mentioned it early on in season 1 was when I stole signage off the footy oval fence and traipsed it back to my friend's house. So sorry, I don't know which small business sign we had, but sorry to that small business that had been, put your hardworking coin into that sign, into the sponsorship of the footy club, and we just reefed it off. So, yeah, massive sorry to that business in the suburb in Bendigo.
So sorry about that.
Oh, sorry.
And we've got one. No, I know. I've got one more from follower listener. They said, "I'm sorry being part of and laughing at my friend after another friend drew glasses and a beard and a moustache on her face while she was asleep."
Classic move.
And we drove through KFC and she didn't realise until she saw the reflection of herself in the window.
That's funny. Have you ever had that, haven't you?
No, I never
I have.
fell asleep. I never fell asleep in public. I always put myself to bed. Actually, pretty much never went to bed, actually. Have you copped it?
I copped it in London.
Did you?
And you'll know who did it. Yeah, I think a few penises on my face. Yeah, I'd fallen asleep on the couch at Dulles. And woke up with a knob on my
Did you cop in the forehead?
No, I reckon there was one on the cheek.
Oh, your cheek.
And I woke up and went outside, oblivious to it because everyone was sitting around and oblivious to it. And then I must have seen myself in there at some point.
Oh, you shattered?
Yeah, I can't remember our action, but I remember seeing the penis, cock and balls. So whoever did that,
terrible.
You owed me an apology.
Oh, golly gosh.
So many. Like we could go on. Like there's so many. Many. Oh God, there's just a lot. Even a recent one in the Gambie. Another one in the Gambie.
The Gambie really pulls you in and spits you out, doesn't it?
It was a few years ago on a girls' trip, and we'd run at a Jägermeister.
Oh.
And so it was early. It was like 9:30, and so we went up to the pub, and it was shut. The pub was shut. Must have been a slow night, so they were shut. And we're banging on the windows, like just bang, 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 bang on the doors, yelling out. So we could hear people in there. Anyway, the publican comes out and he opens the door. He's like, "What do you want?" And we're just like, "We just want a bowl of Jägermeister." And we sort of just let ourselves in. And he was having there was a family dinner, like he was having a family dinner with his peeps there. And so we got out. He was real shirty with us, but we got our bottle of Jägermeister and tooted on back to the house. So sorry, old mate, for interrupting your family dinner.
It's imperative that you had Jaeger. It's like oxygen. You couldn't go without it.
That's it. Yeah. We were already 2 bottles down, I think, by this stage. We really hooked into it.
Yeah,
really hooked into it.
Over there, no good. No, shots are no good. Oh, I really enjoyed a tequila shot just to give you a little pep up when you couldn't drink any more booze. Just a little whoop.
It's like rocket fuel, isn't it? Sometimes.
No good.
No good. So, sorry is, and you know what? Sorry is a powerful word to say.
It is. Yep. But do you know when you're really sorry? When you change the behaviour.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Keep doing the same thing and you keep apologising, you keep doing the same shit. You're not sorry.
Actions speak louder than words, peeps.
Yep.
Changing that behaviour.
We might have to do a second episode if people
I think so.
we'll circle back. Thanks so much, everyone, for chiming in, saying your sorries. It's great to get everyone involved. Feels good. Feels like a release.
Feels so good. So good.
So good. Righto.
Let's move on to...
It's a phone fucking with the PH. Scream, give it F with the call or text. Phone fucking with the PH. Give it a ring, check it, roll the decks.
Well, I should tell you my own story about a phone fucking.
Oh, yes. Great.
And I'm sure people can actually relate to this. Phone in the back pocket, roll into the toilet, pull your pants down, phone goes straight in the toilet. Fish it out real quick. Give it a wash real quick, and away you go. Don't care because you're so drunk, but yeah. How many people have dropped their phone in the toilet? Now it never goes. If it goes in the back pocket, it's coming straight out.
Hell yeah!
Before you enter the cubicle, it's got to. Yeah.
Hell yeah! If I have my phone in my back pocket, take it out and put it on like the toilet roll,
the ledge,
toilet roll holder.
Yeah,
Put it there. And
have you dropped one? Is one gone in?
No, as you're saying that, I was trying to think. I don't know. I haven't because I would remember. Haven't dropped it in the toilet.
Little dunk in the dunny.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. Yeah. But I definitely do it 180 90 degrees, 180.
Yeah,
180 and pick it up.
Yeah, go straight out there. Good one, mate.
Good one, mate.
It's time for the recommendation of the week.
Well, since my dad had a little stay in hospital, we busted out the Sunday Herald Sun and did some crosswords.
Oh, really?
Loved it. I haven't done a crossword in 100 years, and it's so good. And I think that's where you can actually tease up your vocab as well and your smarts is getting on the crossword. So.
And your dad's good. You mentioned your dad's good at it.
He's sharp. He's really good. He can pull out some rippers. He's really worried about his memory. I'm like, nah, there's nothing wrong with your memory, mate. Of course it's going a little bit naturally does, but yeah, crossword. So I highly recommend getting yourself, I'm going to go buy a crossword puzzle book because I think that's a really good way to be really present and in the moment and off social media and just having a bit of a moment just to completely remove yourself from outside noise. I think it's a nice just to be crosswords.
Great reco. Excellent, Meso. Thank you for that reco. My reco of the week is bike riding.
Oh, get on your pushy.
Get on your pushy, peeps. So, I recently went down to the beach and with the kids, we took our bikes and we had a lovely bicycle ride from Queenscliff to Point Lonsdale. And again, it's another in the moment thing. Because I'm just like, we actually took this goats track. And so we're trying to just go from go coastal. And so I'm said to my son, you lead the way. So anyway, he got us on this little track and it was a full goats track. And it was a real adventure. And so then we came to a little path and then we jumped on that path. But I looked back at the other little goats track we'd been on and there was a sign saying no bikes allowed. We went past two, there was a guy, an older guy walking. And I'm always like, g'day, how you going? And he gave me nothing. And then another person we walked past and he gave me nothing as well. I'm like, oh, geez, they're a bit rude. And that would have been why, because we were on the bike, on this track, on our bikes. We weren't allowed to be.
I hate that. You think people have just been so rude, but they're actually looking at you like you are dead.
Rule breaker. So we had a great little adventure, and we even we went to parts of the world that we hadn't seen. We got lost in Queenscliff a little bit, and so that was fun. So bike riding is my vibe. Get on your pushy. Absolutely love that. Go for a spin. Mate. Yeah, spin out. That's done. Well done. Great chat. Great sorries. Good work, everyone. Thank you. Great sorries. And happy to dish out some more sorries on behalf of peeps. If you're listening, go, oh, God, I need to get this off my chest.
Yeah,
We're here for you.
Time. Yeah, we can just slot it into any effort anyway. So
And next week we are having a party for you, mate.
Yeah.
We're having a party.
I love dragging out the celebration. Thanks, Breezer.
Absolutely. Well done. I feel like I wasn't prepared for this, so I do apologise.
No, I'm not prepared either, so I apologise to listeners as well because I'm on location and the AirPods don't have the full setup, so sorry if the sound's a bit like not crispy, but yeah, we'll take off.
Next week we're actually in person together doing a recording, so that'll be exciting.
In IRL.
IRL. We'll have to work out the technical setup, but we'll get there.
Eric.
SOS.
All right.
All right. Cheerio, everyone.
Bye.
Love yous. Thanks for listening. Bye. Bye. This podcast is proudly produced by our audio engineer, music extraordinaire, Eric Ladd.
We love you, Eric.